What's going on, everybody? Welcome to After Prison Show. And today I want to bring you guys an update on a story we first talked about like 2 years ago involving a guy with potentially the worst prison tattoo ever. Folks, let me go ahead and reintroduce you to this guy right here, Mark Kropp. A Kiwi man. I'm trying to remember where this guy was from. It says a Kiwi man. I thought kiwi was a fruit. Mark Kropp. Devastate.
Here are some pictures that match.
Sorry, I just had to look it up. This guy, Mark Kropp, with this Devastate tattoo is from New Zealand. And for those of you who may not remember or might not be familiar with it, it was about 2 years ago when we first did a video about this guy. I was locked up, I got drunk, one thing led to another. I don't really want to go into too many more details about what else happened, but let's just say, it wasn't the worst of it. My oh my, the glory days. That was actually a pretty fun video to put together, minus the fact that the fumes from the marker had me feeling all sorts of impaired while we were filming that. Is this what
Oh God, I'm left-handed. I have to draw on this side.
Is this what But folks, I'd be lying if I sat here and told you that I sought this guy out in an effort to bring you this update. I did not. And in fact, it was this guy that basically sought us out because it is Mark Kropp, this dude with this worst prison tattoo ever, devastate across the face, who has found himself in the news again. And folks, just wait until you hear the headlines that this guy is making this time. We're going to be talking about that and a lot more in this video. But before we go any further, I do want to take a moment and address the sponsor of this video, an awesome mobile game by the name of Raid Shadow Legends. Folks, Raid Shadow Legends is a turn-based RPG game for your mobile device done right. Raid is also free to play and one of the top 3 ranked RPGs on the Google Play Store, and it's just been nominated as a finalist for Google Play's Best of 2019 User Choice Award. Raid Shadow Legends is an awesome game that I've been playing for quite some time, and folks, there's over 400 different champions that you can collect in this game, and for those of you who don't know, the champions are the different characters that you can use while playing this game. And let's go ahead and check out some of my champions. I've got Shaman. Let's go ahead and take a look at her and these graphics. Boy, we got the 3D full 360 panoramic view. Also, Gallic. It's a dude I wouldn't want no problems with. I think I saw a dude who looked just like this in prison too. And also my personal favorite, the Crusader right here with his sword slash chainsaw action going on. You don't want no problems with the Crusader. And there's all sorts of things that you can do while playing Raid, such as enjoying the fully voiced story campaign. You can also gather orcs and elves and undead knights and explore what other players are doing in this game with over 1 million champion builds. Also for new players, there is the missions feature, which is a fun way to help you progress and an easy way to get extra rewards for each mission. And the best part, once you complete the missions, you're gonna get one of the best legendaries champions in the game, the Arbiter. So folks, I'm asking all of you to go down below to the descriptions of this video and use the exclusive After Prison Show link to download for free Raid Shadow Legends, and when you do so, you're gonna be hooked up with 50,000 silver and a brand new epic champion as a part of the new players rewards program. So good luck, and I'll see you there. And it's with all of that being mentioned that what do you say we go ahead and we do. That was me tearing off that worst prison tattoo ever. Head first. Wow, that was a little violent right there. Into this video. I don't even know where to begin with this guy, Mark Kropp, and this Devastate tattoo on his face. So let's just go ahead and begin from the beginning, or at least as far back as I can remember. And where exactly that is about 2 years ago when we first addressed this individual in a video. And I think the reason we wore is because there was a story that came out about this guy and the fact that he was having trouble trying to find work after prison. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure just how much his criminal past actually played into all of that. Can you imagine pulling up to the Chick-fil-A window to try to pick up your order and old Mark Kropp and the Devastate tattoo is who's sliding open that window? You had a number 3? Boy, they really are an EOE employer, equal opportunity employer here at Chick-fil-A. They hired Skeletor. It's not nice to make fun of people. I'll try to do better. But yeah, as far back as I can remember, I'm pretty sure the reason why we were talking about this guy is because there was a story about him having a problem trying to find work. And who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk it? That a guy who's got half of his face tattooed like he's got a bandana tied around his damn face could get released from jail and have a problem trying to find work. And with what I've been seeing and this update that I'm gonna be sharing with you guys, I'm getting to know a lot more about this guy, Mark Kropp. You know, you can learn a lot about an individual by what you learn about an individual. And I really want to share what I'm feeling about this guy, and that is that I really think that this dude is just out for the pity party. Maybe he got that Devastate tattoo in an effort just to get people to feel sorry for him. But I don't think that that's entirely correct, because when a judge asked him, I don't know when, about this tattoo, he would tell that judge that this was just his nickname, and also that he thought it would be cool. There ain't nothing cool about that tattoo, Stickman. And Devastate's your nickname? What was you out there devastating for real? I mean, besides your work prospects by getting that tattoo, maybe Devastate, and it's not even spelled Devastate with an E at the end, it's spelled with an actual number 8, like Devastate 8. Maybe Devastate was this guy's username in Call of Duty. That wasn't actually all that funny. I'll try to do better. But yeah. The very first story about this guy was about him having a problem trying to find work. And folks, since that story back in 2017, you would not believe the amount of outreach and outpouring of support. But not from us here at After Prison Show. We were making fun of that dude. But from everybody else, there seemed to be an overwhelming sense of support and like a kumbaya type of a thing. This guy had companies reaching out saying, hey, we'll remove that tattoo. Laser removal tattoo companies were reaching out and saying, we will remove that tattoo from your face, that dumbass tattoo. We're gonna do it for free. Can you imagine how much that would actually cost if you were just an everyday Joe with a dumbass Devastate tattoo tattooed around your face like a bandana tied? I'd go so far as to say it'd probably be pretty damn expensive. And not only were there companies that were reaching out willing to pro bono this tattoo up off of your face, there were also jobs that were reaching out saying, hey, I'll hire him, I'll give him a chance. If he wants to work, we'll work him. Not only were there these jobs that were reaching out, folks, there were all sorts of pictures that would end up all over the internet about this guy ever since his story first broke and the hardships he was having trying to find a job. And go ahead and look at this one particular picture right here. I don't know what kind of camera or camera phone they used to take this picture with. Looks like the very first Straight Talk phone ever. Look at that pixel rate. That is horrible. But regardless, this is a picture of old Devastate Mark Kropp on the job. Hard hat and safety vest and all. But like I had mentioned a little bit earlier with this, how I really feel like this guy is just offering the boo-hoo pity party, feel sorry for me type of a sob story. The reason I feel like that is because look at everything that happened after this guy's story first broke. A man with a face tattoo that says Devastate across his face, can't find a job after prison, and everybody and their brother reaches out wanting to remove the tattoo, offer this dude work opportunities, and you can tell he took some of those work opportunities because of the picture here, hard hat, safety vest, and all. But even with all of that, it still wasn't enough. And old Devastate would find himself in the news yet again for yet again another crazy reason. And this time it's with a headline that says, Devastate, tattoo man Mark Kropp says he's been beaten up in jail. Oh, no, not Mark, not Mark. Say it ain't so. And I'm not even talking about the fact that he's been beaten up in jail, but say it ain't so that this man has found himself locked up again. You know, they got a statistical rate in terms of recidivism. Now, this guy's over in New Zealand. That is nothing like the United States. In fact, I would even wager that probably New Zealand is one of those countries with like the most luxurious prisons ever. If I'm wrong, please correct me down in the comments. But no matter what their recidivism rate is over there in New Zealand, I can imagine that with a Devastate complete facial tattoo, worst prison tattoo ever, your chances of success after prison are an absolute goose egg. A big fat nada, nothing, zero. And Mark Kropp would prove just that because he's found himself locked up again. Reaching out to the media, telling them that he's getting beaten up behind bars. A Kiwi man, famous for having the word devastate tattooed on his face, has been sentenced to 10 months in jail. Mark Kropp made headlines in 2017 for complaining that he couldn't get a job because of his tattoo. NZME, the New Zealand version of TMZ, reports that in the Christchurch District Court on Wednesday, he said he'd been beaten up in prison while awaiting sentencing for several charges, including intimidating behavior and presenting a fake pistol. Boy, I'd be scared too, and probably wouldn't even realize that the gun was fake if a man ran up on me with what I thought was a bandana around his face, but yet in turn, it was the worst prison tattoo I've ever seen. That's not a bandana. Why in the world would you get that? I know exactly why you're trying to rob me. I also know exactly who you are. Mark Kropp has been held in custody since May. Now, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that I don't think this guy is getting beaten up in jail because of this dumbass tattoo on his face. No, I don't. And in fact, what I would like to believe is the reason why he is, if he is, and this isn't just some kind of an attempt for the guilt trip and the sob story, is because of how dumb this dude is. Man, you was given every opportunity in the world out there. I didn't have one job prospect. You had all sorts of people trying to give you work and remove that dumb tattoo off your face. Come here, I'm about to beat you up. Also, the headlines make no mention of the fact that this dude is just straight telling it. He's snitching. Talking about he getting beat up every day. If you asked him, he'd probably tell you who was doing it. Mark Kropp was earlier offered laser surgery to have the tattoo, which covers the lower half of his face, removed, but declined after one session. Now, that brings up a good point because this was something that I tried to do while researching this video, was find out if this guy did in fact take up the offers to get the tattoo removed, and I did see the one picture where the 8 looked like it had been hit with the laser, but nothing else had been, and this story kind of answers our question right there, saying that, you know, after one session, he said he was done. So he was no longer devastate, he was just Devasta. Devasta. Sounds like a pretty catchy new nickname, at least in prison. Hey, Devasta, come here with your little bad self. But now, because he's back in courtroom, back in jail, facing more charges, he's telling the judge that he does want to get the tattoo taken off. Now, I'm pretty sure while doing the research on this video, again, I ran across other stories that said he didn't want to get the tattoo removed. But he's saying now he does want to get the tattoo taken off. He's the father of 2, and he said that he wants to turn his life around for his kids. The famous last words of anybody who ever went up inside of a courtroom who would say anything in an effort just to get another chance. And I know that may sound cold, but keep in mind all of the opportunities this guy had prior to this situation. He didn't have to go out there and catch a charge of intimidating behavior or to be out there brandishing a fake pistol. Probably had a water gun. Dude had a lot of opportunities that he just let go right past him. And now, because he's found himself in trouble again, he's probably reaching out to the media telling them, hey, I'm getting beaten up in here. Pay attention to me. I just ain't got no pity for that at all. You know, I really wish it was a different update that I was bringing to you guys, like guy with worst prison tattoo ever, devastate across the face, becomes a court-appointed lawyer. Or, you know, something more positive. You know, just because you made this silly mistake and you thought it would be cool to get this gigantic tattoo across your face that makes you look like Skeletor or the Punisher symbol, doesn't mean you have to live up to the expectations, you know, that are set before you with that tattoo, which are that you don't stand a chance in hell of making it, no matter what your situation is. Here we go, I'm about to preach. No matter what your situation is, it's all about what you do with it. You got to make the most of what you got and the cards that you're dealt, even if you're the one dealing them. You dealt that to yourself. And you know, he ought to have watched him in After Prison Show video and taken heed to what I say at the end of almost every single video. And that is, you know, go out here and try to make the most of every day. But maybe they ain't got no YouTube over there in New Zealand. I'm kidding, I'm sure they probably do. Isn't PewDiePie from there? Folks, I really want to hear what all of you have to say about this, and I hope that you'll comment down below and let me know. And I also hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did so, please leave a like and a comment letting me know. As always, until next time, and especially, this goes out to you, Mark Crop, with your Devastate tattoo. Enjoy life, the free world, when you get a chance to. You're going to be gone. You're going to have to sit down for a little while unless you keep telling. But you will, again, get a chance to be back out here. Enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted. And make the most of every day. Peace! Well, that was a banger right there. I feel good about that video.